He made it. He's late, but he made it. But he said he was gonna be late. So it is like he's on time after all. But he's late, but he said he was gonna be. Not a great song. It is what it is. Life continues on, and we just make the best of it, keep putting one foot in front of the other, and away we go. Saw Gretchen, saw Paul, saw Steve, and I see James. What's that show? The show where they say the kids' names at the end. The kids' show from my youth. They say the kids' names at the end, and they're like, and I see Christopher, and then they'd say your name, and you'd be like, that's me. I don't remember what show that was. I don't think it was Reading Rainbow with LeVar Burton. It wasn't Dateline. No, it wasn't Brady Bunch. Both really good guesses. No. It's Unsolved Mysteries? What? Is it Law and Order? I want to say it was about books or something. Maybe it was a PBS thing, but I don't think it was Reading Rainbow. Maybe it was. I feel like it was a woman who was reading the names. Doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Nonsense. We're already talking nonsense. Oh, what's going on, everybody? Was it Polka Dot Door? Pinnell, was it Polka Dot Door? Maybe. Some live shows were for Mike, but I feel like I need the show too sometimes. That's good. Maybe whatever helps, man. Sometimes you're right. Sometimes it's totally for me. But if you guys get something out of it, that's good. It was after Gretchen says it's after my time. Oh, I gotta do the live chat. Nope, that's settings. Did they move shit around again on me? Damn it. There it is. Live chat. 3 minutes in. I remembered 3 minutes in. Amelia, you don't call me Buttercup. I'll be Buttercup. Is that the horse's name in Princess Bride? Or was that the princess's name in Princess Bride? What was the princess's name? The Princess Buttercup? With the kid from that 80s show that kid was in, the Savage Kid. What's that? Yeah, I'm having trouble with my brain today. Something Years. Wonder Years. He was in Wonder Years, and then he was in Princess Bride. With Peter Falk, who was Columbo. Wait, was he Columbo? No. Yeah, maybe. Or he was a lawyer. Yeah, Peter Falk was one of the, like, a lawyer or a private investigator or something. Maybe he was Columbo. And he was reading the story to Fred Savage. And it was Carrie Elwes. Carrie Elwes? How do you pronounce Carrie Elwes' last name? That dude's had a weird career, hey? Carrie Elwes. He's in Princess Bride. And he did the Robin Hood Men in Tights thing. And then he was the guy in Saw. Like all of a sudden. That was weird. He was Columbo. Yay. Peter Falk. I don't think he was in Deadpool. Freaky. He was in Saw. Yeah, he was the guy in the bathroom that was like chained to the wall in Saw. Carrie Elwes. It's probably like L's or something. Probably like 3 silent letters. He's in 100. Yeah, he's like all of a sudden there's the Men in Tights guy. Or wherever you know him from. I feel like he's the kind of actor where like you could just get him. Like little independent film or something. You just call Carrie Elwes, and if he likes the script, he's in. Like, I feel like he's that kind of actor. I'm having a neck sitch this week. You know, none of us are getting any younger. There are times where you feel older. This week was one of those. Like, oh, I slept on a different part of my pillow, and now my neck is all buggered up for like 4 days. Like, oh, my pillow was slightly less cushy or something, and now all of a sudden, like, I got this neck sitch. And it was like Tuesday morning, I think. I woke up. I was like, oh, slept wrong, and now it's just been buggered. Like, all week. Was he in Twister? Carrie Elwes? Oh, Bill Paxton or Pullman? Which of the Bills was in Twister? Paxton, I think. Deadpool 2 opens with Fred Savage in bed. Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah. Wifey and I met a friend for dinner the night before last. She had wine, so I drove for the first time since September 7th. Did fine. Whoa. Because of the foot. Bill Paxton. See? I know things. He is dead. But yet, Elwes, I feel stupid every time I say his last name. It's like, that cannot be how it's pronounced. He was the main guy on the other Storm Chase team. Oh, man. I don't remember that movie. There's Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton. Is it Helen Hunt? See? I don't know. Maybe not. Hey, Ty. How you doing, my friend? Oh. Yeah, Helen Hunt. Yay. Oh. Pretty sure he died. I didn't even remember Twister having a bad guy. I thought the bad guy was the tornado. It's been a long time. Having the pure protein. I'm super hungry and I'm not cooking. So I'm doing the pure protein chocolate McChocolate bar. Might have this whole damn box. Great movie, especially if you grew up in Tornado Alley like I did. I remember really thinking that it was an impressive movie at the time. It was one of those movies that like sort of changed the game in terms of like special effects, I think. It was like one of those ones that like sort of was a step up at the time. Oh, Paul's saying I can't eat it yet because I haven't done the jingle. But I've had this food before, so it doesn't need the jingle. This one is just like a budgie far, a budge or far, a fudge bar. The cow, yeah, the cow was good. Did someone die, or am I missing something? We're talking about movies. We're talking about the guy that died in Twister. Like, I forgot there was a bad guy. I thought the bad guy was just I didn't remember there being a bad guy. A budgie fart. Yeah, budgie fart. That's what this is. A budgie is a type of bird. It's true. A very small bird. Gary Elwes is 62. Makes sense. None of us are getting any younger. That's what I get for being late. Well, not necessarily. This show is it's entirely possible. You never know. We had a tornado hit when I was a kid. Barn down the road was full of bowling pins. What? The fucking hell kind of barn is full of bowling pins? All right. They got sucked up and landed everywhere. It smashed a lot of stuff. That's a weird barn. Who has a barn full of bowling pins? Is it like the country's stockpile of backup bowling pins? Like in a barn in Texas? Like what? That's weird. Did we ever learn the fate of the cow? No guarantee that it died. We don't know. Yeah, it never showed the cow like all splattered. Maybe the cow, it was a ninja cow, and it got chucked out of the tornado, and then it just did a flip and landed on its feet. That's what I choose to believe was the fate of the cow in Twister. Pinnell tried to make a joke and screwed it up. Cownado. In the movie, they enter a building for shelter, and it was full of knives and scythes and stuff. See, the tornado was the bad guy. Hold on. Amelia used to work at a summer camp, and a bowling alley had closed down nearby and donated all of their bowling pins to the camp. Wrong there, by the way. We used them for tons of stuff. Yeah, but like a barn full sounds like a lot. We're off the rails. There's no rails. There weren't any rails to be on. Well, that is not proper food, but it's good. It was a commercially funded ride. Oh, right. Yeah, see, now it's coming back. It was all about the dollar bills. Yeah. Yeah. Commercially funded. He was the corporate tornado chaser. Right. He was Globo Jim. That's what he was. Him and his team was Globo Jim. That's good referencing. That's good. Brother-in-law helped me put the new saw together. Paul's been bringing in all kinds of new tools into his shop. You let him make the first cut and he set off the brake. At a guy. On the first cut. Sweet. Art does imitate life. This is off the rails. What's my favorite movie genre? I don't know that I have one. Depends what I'm in the mood for. Really, sometimes I want to have a chuckle, and sometimes I want a serious, and sometimes I want. It'll be rarely will it be like gory for gory's sake. I don't really do like just like blood and guts for no good reason. I like a good fantasy show. Like Lord of the Rings trilogy is probably my favorite movie. I call it one movie. But like Willow was really good. I even like the cheesy fantasy movies, like that are not good but they're fun, like Red Sonja and Conan the Barbarian and those kind of guys. You guys remember Red Sonja? Anybody else? No, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, not. I don't mind like a suspensey movie, like horror movie, but just like blood and guts and gore and stuff, not really my thing. I can appreciate it for what it is, but Princess Bride, we were talking about Princess Bride. That's how we got on to Carrie Elwes. Feel free to skip Willow, the TV show from last year. I was pretty sure that I was going to skip Willow, the TV show. Yeah. Starship Troopers. I remember Starship Troopers because I think I was like 14, 15, and it had that hot girl in it. The one that went, and then she did Wild Things with Nev Campbell, where she was naked, and I was like 14, so it was awesome. And I think, wasn't she married to one of the Sheens? Always enjoyed B-rank Chinese kung fu movies. I haven't seen enough of those. You're right. Red Sonja. Yeah, Red Sonja. Denise Richards. That's her. Denise Richards was the previous generation's Megan Fox. Starship Troopers was the movie of beautiful people with terrible acting. That makes sense. Yeah, that's accurate. Watch any Jackie Chan's movies. Jackie Chan movies are fun. Jackie Chan movies are fun because Jackie Chan. Who's Megan Fox? She's the Denise Richards of last generation. She's the girl that everybody thought was super hot when she came out. I think her big break movie was probably the original Transformers. And then she just became sort of typecast as like hot girl. The Last Starfighter was pretty stupid. You watch yourself, Paul. It probably was, but when I was a kid, it was awesome. It was one of my favorite movies. It probably was stupid, but when I was 8 or whatever. Megan Fox, the girl who plays April O'Neil in TMNT. I don't know that I saw her as April O'Neil. I don't think I saw the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that she was in. The girl in Transformers with Shia LaBeouf. I've learned hard lessons rewatching movies I liked as a kid. I know, right? You thought you remember them being awesome, and then you're like, no, that wasn't awesome. It can be scary to rewatch movies that you loved as a kid, because sometimes you come away from it and you're like, man, I was stupid. That was not good. Why did I like that? Yeah. Linda Carter was my first crush, her and Princess Diana. So Ty is 64. No, maybe a little more than that. My top few movies: Leon the Professional, that was pretty good. Fifth Element, awesome. Dread 2012, Princess Mononoke, nice. Vampire Hunter Bloodlust, I don't know that I saw that. Redline, which one's Redline? It sounds familiar, but Krull and Ice Pirates are still good. I remember Krull. 51. Ty's 51. I overshot it. You're only 51 and your first crush was Linda Carter? Okay. Whatevs. My first crush was Justin Timberlake. Was it? Maybe. Are you like 30? Wonder Woman. I know who Linda Carter is, but if you're only 51, that's only like 6 years older than me. I guess I'm thinking like Linda Carter, Wonder Woman was earlier than it was, maybe. Terminator is a good movie. Terminator is a good show. Terminator 2 is the best of the Terminators. I'll fight you. $34. Hey, I was pretty good. Redline is a racing movie with an absolutely insane budget that bankrupted a large studio. Oh, okay. When it finally came out, it made the money back because it was so good. Are you sure? Are you sure? Best racing movie? No. I'm not a big Tom Cruise guy, but Days of Thunder was a pretty good racing movie. I'm also not a fan of racing where they just turn left. just in general. I don't really understand the appeal of turning left for hours as fast as you can. But Days of Thunder was a pretty good movie. Vamp Hunter D Bloodlust has Bender in it. Makes me cry every time I watch it. Like Bender the robot? Mad Max is a decent racing movie. Called Mad Max a racing movie? Was a movie you think people are sleeping on or don't give enough credit to? That's tough. A movie that's better than people give it credit for. I'm going to think on that for a minute. We built race dirt track cars when I was around 19 to 20. So back in the 40s? Yes! Yes! Burn! Movie that people don't give it enough credit. Okay. I don't remember. Hold on. I don't remember what it's called. I will in a second. It's a post-apocalyptic. People aren't allowed to feel, and they have to take pills that dull their emotions. And Christian Bale and Sean Bean. Sean Bean, obviously, he dies like relatively early on. I think that's an underappreciated, under-known movie. I can't even remember the damn name of it. Equilibrium. That's it. I remember that being. I remember watching that and being like, "Why is this not a huge thing? Like, why does not everybody know about this?" But also, speaking of Christian Bale, The Machinist. You guys seen The Machinist with Christian Bale? He lost he was like 60 pounds or something in that movie. Like he lost a crap ton of weight to play that role, and he like that was an intense movie. Wall-E. I don't know that Wall-E's unappreciated. I think Wall-E is appreciated. Maybe not as much as it should be. It is an excellent film. Glued up 7 bodies today. Big chance that they will all be tellies by tomorrow night. Right, a guy. Seven more Telecasters going out of the Waldrop shop. Don't think I've ever heard of that one. The Equilibrium one? Yeah, it was good. I don't know that. I think it could have been better. Like all the conceptual things of it were great. I think it probably it has its weaknesses for sure. But when I watched it, I was a little bit perplexed as to why I had never heard of this movie. Getting ready tomorrow night to see the new Nosferatu. Hope they don't ruin it. I don't know that I ever saw the first one. Howdy, Mike. I'll be checking out Equilibrium. That was a good show. And they're the priests have like gun fu. They have like it's like a martial art but with guns, and they've like I won't wreck it for you. Yeah, it's a good show. All I hear is good things about Northrend. It's very artsy, metaphors and stuff, and depth, and symbolism. So tonight we're just going to talk about movies. That's fine. I started. Who was telling me about Skeleton Crew? We started Skeleton Crew. And the description that whoever it was said that it's like it's like a Goonies in space. It's exactly Goonies in space. That's a perfect way to say it. Pan's Labyrinth. That was a good show. I mean, Guillermo is fantastic. Was it? Yeah, it was. It was like I questioned myself for a second. That's superhero movie, underappreciated, doesn't get enough respect. Superhero movie, the original two Hellboys. Way better than people give them credit for. I have quite a few of the old silent movies. Oh, that you bootlegged when you went to the theater? With your Super 8 camera? Or still haven't watched Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I don't think I saw Pinocchio. The water one. I did. What is that called? Yeah. Shape of Water. I did see that one. Emailing you a photo of pretty purples seen during sunset tonight. Yay! I like purple skies. I like Guillermo because he's one of the last sort of remnants in filmmaking, I think, of people who want to do as much practical and physical effects and things as like CGI. Like, he would much rather spend a crap ton of extra money and just do it right there in person with his design sense. His aesthetics are just Have you heard of Silo, the TV show? I don't do a lot of TV shows. Why do you screw the top back on the bottle after every sip? I don't. It's not on right now. It's in this hand. I don't know. I do like probably more frequently than I need to, but usually probably because I don't know when I'm going to grab it again. And probably sometimes I've not done that and then I end up knocking it over or something. I don't know. I haven't noticed that I do that. Ever see Amelie? I did. Yep. It's been a long time, but I do remember seeing it. Well, if it's on Apple TV, then I won't be able to watch it. We don't have that one. It's one of the streamings that we don't have. I don't think. I don't know. I can't keep up with which ones we have at any given time. I know we did at one point, probably on like the free trial or whatever. We cycle through those things a little bit, where it's like, oh, okay, you get a free whatever trial, and then we decide whether it's worth it. And sometimes I don't know. I think we might have right now, I know we have Disney and we have Netflix. We may have Crave, but I don't know. We may have Amazon Prime. I think so, maybe. I Silo is getting great reviews. I want to watch that C show too. Everyone but a little girl has their eyesight. What? Everyone but a little girl has their eyesight. C. Wait. Is that the one with Jason Momoa? I think they filmed that here. Yeah, they filmed that like just up the street. In fact, fun fact, where they filmed a lot of C, the TV series with Jason Momoa, is the same river valley that I filmed my walk and talk about my guitar. When I was walking in the woods talking about making my guitar, that is just downriver a little ways from where they filmed a lot of that show. BC is the LA of the North. Yep. Yeah, we're basically Hollywood. I think that's one of the things they get. Hollywood North is like British Columbia. We can film a lot of stuff here. So you got big trees and it looks like Endor. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, we got trees that you can walk inside. No wonder it got few votes. You filmed it in an area where people can't see. Oh, hey-oh! Oh! Nice. Where is the shop and woodworking doing? Where is the shop? The shop is, I'm in the shop. Project update. Nope. There's no project update. I don't have a project. Well, I mean, the shop is the project. The shop is always the project, it seems like. Oh, you're like an update on the shop? Like, is it just about done yet, asshole? Kind of the thing? Is that what you're asking? Cleat wall. I just need to make hangers for tools, and the cleat wall is done. I made a new mini tool board right there. I don't know what I'm going to put on it yet, but there was a little gap. See this guy? There was a little gap in that space right there between the cabaret and the plain wall, and I didn't like the gap, so I was like, I'm just going to put another little chunk of plain wall. So I don't know what I'm going to put on it, but I got a little... And of course, for no reason, I like did a little like sort of interior trim of walnut on this one. Cause reasons. The last video you sanded something. Oh yeah, I was sanding the plain shelves. That was all they got back up, and they're back in place and oiled and finished. Need a cutting board for the kitchenette. Hacked up a piece of that cherry, the twisted slabs. Remember the twisted slabs? I just took a chunk out of one of those. I'm waiting for, I gotta finish sealing a couple of the cracks. And then I'm just gonna like bevel and just a hunk of cherry, gonna be the cutting board for the shop. That 2-inch thick slab chunk, this big, I came down to like 1 1/8 inches in order to actually get a flat chunk this big out of it. Terrible. But I found a section that wasn't super badly cracked, and I could just kind of like hopefully seal it up. I'm just gonna slap a bunch of custom wax on it, and just hunk of cherry, gonna be the cutting board for the shop. I built another extension to my cabinets in shop so I can put my big sander and planer on it. I won't have to keep picking them up to use. Sweet. Make a Spagnolo cutting board? No. I don't wanna. I don't think I ever. It's entirely possible that I never make an end grain cutting board. I just don't. I'll leave that to other people. I don't want one. I don't. Just grab a chunk of wood and cut on it, you know. This is going to be a perfectly fine cutting board. This piece of cherry, little sap wood on both sides. It's fine. Made some wall hooks for 6-inch PVC dust tube. There you go. Wooden cutouts with a flange to screw to the wall. Boom. I'm probably not even going to mount my 4-inch pipe. I think I'm just going to keep running the flex hose for now. I originally was thinking that I would duct along that wall and then have all of the chutes off with the blast gates and everything. I don't know that this is my final, I know it's not my final dust collector. I don't know that it's worth going through the trouble to just run it to 3 tools along one wall, when I could just have the flex hose and just go jick, jick, jick when I need to use a tool. It's disappointing a little bit, because that was one of the things I was stoked about, was going to have everything piped, but just don't really see the value in doing it. Putting dust collector in front corner of the garage, 1 6-inch line going from front to back on one wall. Well, that's what I was going to do, except it was going to be 4-inch, and I was just going to run that one pipe with like 3 blast gates off of it. And I was like, why? Really? It may still happen. It's not really that much work to do it, but I'm not sure. Made myself a jig for turning bowls out of 1-inch thick material. Has 50-degree slot, mounts to my tool rest. I use a parting tool to cut the rings that I will glue together into a bowl to turn. Oh, nice. Yeah, sweet. So you cut out the board like that and then restack it, and then, yeah. Good thing you bought all those blast gates. It is a good thing that I bought all those blast gates. So now I have them, and they are mine. They belong to me. They wouldn't have if I wouldn't have bought them. That's just science. Why not? It will still work with a different dust collector. Yeah, it will, except if I get a different dust collector, like it would just have to, it'd probably end up having to remount it, because if I get a different dust collector, it'll probably be going across the top and then drops down, as opposed to like low on the wall and then and shoots up to tools. So it would basically be like completely redesigning it's not a, it's like redesigning the system, even though it's not a complicated system. It would be like I don't know if when I get the new dust collector, I'm also not sure which tools I want there. So I'd be like rejigging in maybe not that long a time. I think right now the dust collector and the flex hose, it can just go back and forth between the jointer and the bandsaw right here. So dust collector, this is not a great design. Like you don't really want a big like that, but the dust collector over there, flex hose, I can just take this off here and go boop over to the bandsaw and boop back to the jointer. And if I need to boop over to, like if I take the planer out from under the bench and put it up on the workbench, I can bring the flex hose over to the planer too. I bought the Jet 2 horsepower Cyclone because I had a chicken before egg moment. Buying a saw stop and not having dust collection would be annoying. Yep. Well, I think buying your last dust collector first, or something like your last dust collector first, I think is a really good use of money. Because dust collectors that only kind of do what you want them to do, you either don't use them because they only kind of work for what you need them to do, or you're stuck in a situation where it's like, well, I have a dust collector, it kind of works, and then you never bother upgrading it because you're like, I guess it's better than nothing, kind of a thing, you know. Shop requires backing a car out to use it. Anytime I connect the dust collector to a planer or table saw, it was a pain. Do anything to make it easier. Yeah, I get that. When I hard piped my dust collector pipes, I left one as a boop. Nice. To hook up my planer or rigid sander. Yeah. Yeah, you absolutely. I could just put an extra blast gate on it that would serve as a boop to run to other stuff. Yeah. I mean, everybody's shop is always a work in progress. You're never going to get it right. You get it better, and then you try to make it better than that. Ceiling mounted filter is one tool that I absolutely don't regret buying. Helps make up for so-so dust collection. Yeah, okay. I got one of those. That's probably the most recent major purchase. Was that guy. I don't run it enough, but it's because I'm not used to having it, so I kind of forget that it's up there. Also, I want to replace the internal filters on it, which are going to cost me more money than it cost me. And I don't want to do that. Like, I should, but I don't wanna. Like the internal filter on that thing is like, I think I paid $125 for the unit, and the replacement internal filter on that thing is like, I found one. The cheapest I think I found it was like 170 Canadian dollars. Mikey B is here. Look out. He's out in his shop with his heater on. How hot is it in your shop right now, Mike? Like 1 coat of paint over seafoam green batter. 2 coats, thank you very much. I did go ahead and buy the Grizzly 6. Yeah, I saw the sander. It's a perfectly good tool. Like 6-inch 4x3. I mean, it's essentially like the Mastercraft one that I just threw in the landfill a little while ago. But it was because the belt was broken and it wasn't worth fixing. I was set to remind you about the 40-875 filter on February 5th because I said I would. I do not remember that conversation, but I am glad that you do. Vacuum and blast my external filter. The bag chute inside is more difficult to clean. I know. That's why I need to replace it, because I don't think you're supposed to clean it. I think you just... I don't know. I don't know enough about the... Just got out here. Currently 2 degrees Celsius. 6 if I'm directly in front of the heater. See, you were supposed to go out and turn the heater on when you got home from work, and then go in and eat, and then go back out. It's your system. Why didn't you do your own system? $68 in Paul's shop, which is approximately, what's that for like regular people? Like 6, it sounds like that's probably like 15, maybe. Got busy at my ma's with her new caravan. All right, well, you blame her then. Sure, I'll think I add another 1 inch of foam insulation to it. Okay. Yeah, insulation would be good. I would like to... Really, my shop is fine, except for, like, I wish I could cool it. I don't really need to heat it any better. In the summer, I need to be able to cool it. It gets uncomfortably hot in here in the summer. But not often enough or for long enough that it's worth the expense. 20 degrees. All right. So about 15. I'm going to have a smokerette. Oh, my neck hurts, you guys. My neck hurts. Maybe go buy a new pillow. Maybe on Monday, go buy a new pillow. Is there anything better? There are things that are better, but there are few things better in the world than fresh new pillow with fresh new pillowcase. You guys ever deal with A1 or A2 size poster frames? Having difficulty finding. I don't know poster frame size. All right, later, Ty. Was Mike Bennett in Snatch? I don't know. Like a character in this? I don't know what the characters' names were in Snatch. I think I only saw it once and I didn't really care. Get a mini split. I know, but it's like feels like a lot of work. Or expense or expense for like the week that it's like really hot in here. Look, a Christmas tree behind my Christmas tree. Not seeing the Christmas tree. Don't turn. Sean McGill, how you doing, my friend? Oh, I see the Christmas tree. I see what you. I enjoy my broken-in pillow too much to replace it. A nicely broken-in, high-quality pillow is good, but nice brand new pillow in a nice fresh like brand new pillowcase. It's like new sock. Like new socks fresh out of the pack. That's good. New pillow, new pillowcase, that's also really good. Use a feather down pillow. Yeah. Those are the ones that are best after they've been broken in for like a decade. Doing okay. We're halfway through the poop show going on. What's the poop show? Trying to remember what your poop show is these days. It's not house moving into, is it? You're not at that point yet. The thing I DM'd you. Oh yeah, right. That just the life poop show. I got you. 100% on new socks. Yeah, dude. New socks. I would wear new socks every day. Like life goal, new sock money. Good call. Just never have to wash a pair of socks. Just every day, brand new, fresh sock out of the bag. Yep. Wear them once, give them to the homeless shelter. When you're Paul's age, it's required to resist any change, like when they move things around in the grocery store. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Paul, remember when you were probably against when they made bicycles, like with both wheels the same size? All of a sudden, the front one wasn't really big, and you were like, did you get all up in arms about them making both bicycle wheels the same size? Endless new socks would be incredible. I agree. I can ride a penny farthing and a unicycle. Mm-hmm. Yep. Remember earlier we were talking about first crushes? Paul's first crush was Cleopatra. I ordered some stuff from Costco a few years back. However it worked, I was able to add these 6-pack of heavy winter socks to my cart for $2 a pack. Ah, nice. Yeah, beauty. Not really a big heavy winter sock guy. I have, but I mean, I guess if you live on the wrong coast, you probably need them sometimes. Still have a couple pairs of scratchy green socks from the Marines. Yeah, don't you like also still have like a carton of like 1916 cigarettes or something you were talking about? Oh, God, you guys. Don't get old. Well, no, get old. The alternative is not. So get old. I'm not that heavy, but wouldn't wear them in July. Yeah, I'm more of a sport ankle sock year round kind of sitch. You're going to get him all fired up, and his kids are going to have to sit him down in Lazy Boy with a Werther's Original to calm him down. And put on Matlock. Oh, this is a fun show. Oh, maybe a short one again this week, though. I am pretty exhausted. I have to work again tomorrow. It's 2 Sundays in a row. It was a pretty long day, just in general. Oh, for those very few of you, probably, who like video games, Immortals Phoenix Rising. Very much enjoying it. Very much enjoying it. Very Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom-esque in terms of like open world exploration type game, but really funny, like, and mythological, and it's just a really well made game. Australia Day here, there. Oh, you're here. Happy Australia Day! Did you finally beat Zelda? I have, yep. I think I did twice through Breath of the Wild and once through Tears of the Kingdom. I drug it out for as long as I could. I was like, I just wanted to keep it. I just wanted to keep it going, so I held off finishing it because I didn't want it to end. But eventually I had to cap it off. name of that game again. It's called Immortals Phoenix Rising. Fenyx. I think it's Immortals Phoenix Rising, maybe. Fenyx Rising. Really, really good so far. I'm about, I don't know, 20 hours in. Is it Australia Day here as well? Well, no. It's Australia Day here tomorrow, I think, because they're in the future. No one wanted Breath of the Wild to end. I know, right? So good. So good. And like, it's the type of good video game that you want to be able to play it again for the first time. Because like, you play it through a second time and it's not as like awe-inspiring. Like, it doesn't hit you the way that it did the first time. It's still awesome. But like, it's by far the video game experience. Like, if I could play any game again, having never played it before, and play it for the first time, it would be Breath of the Wild for sure. Not a video game player, too much life to live to spend it all at a computer. Well, you don't have to spend it all at the computer. I play video games 1 day a week, and I play them because it's actually, I mean, I don't know if I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Generally, I don't know that I would play them if I wasn't playing them with the boy. Like, it's dad and Sven time to hang out and be together playing video games. Even if it's single player game and I'm playing and he's just watching the story and we're talking about stuff and like we're spending time together is more important than the actual video game itself. But the video game being good is also a good thing. I added Immortals Phoenix Rising to my play later. Let's do that. It's good. One could argue gamers explore worlds and not playing them means missing out on that experience. It's true. You could flip it around and say not playing video games is a missed experience of experiencing that video game. Oh, what say you? If playing video games is how I can spend 8 hours a week hanging out with my boy, you're damn right. My son and I did Minecraft when he was younger. Yeah, we played some Minecraft in these earlier days. We have played together. We played Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Final Fantasy VII Remake, I think it was called. We tried this interesting game. We didn't get very far into it because it wasn't as good as it should have been. It was you were a fox. You were like an Arctic fox, and you were running around in the Arctic, freeing spirits and doing little puzzles in the landscape where you got to take a thing over to a thing, and those kind of puzzles to free dead spirits. The idea was better than the execution, so we didn't get too far into that one. And now we're doing Immortals Phoenix Rising. Oh, we did Final Fantasy 16. And then nothing like doing Wailing Caverns with your buddies. Getting your buddies to go on a 3+ hour Lower Blackrock Spire run. Daughter has been asking me when I can show her how to make a pen. Sweet. Do it. The older grade in her tech ed class got to make pens. Get her on the lathe. Spirit of the North, that's what it was called. You're a little fox and you're running around. It just wasn't, there wasn't enough story. Like you just kind of had to try and figure out there was no information given. You're just, all of a sudden you get dropped into the snow and you're running around as a fox and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. And you're trying to do stuff, but you're like, what am I actually trying to accomplish here? There's no information. There's like murals on the wall in places, and you're like, maybe this is story, but I don't know. Like, and so I'm like you're picking up staffs and bringing them to skeletons, and then they like turn into spirits, and you're like, oh, I did a thing. I don't know why, but I did it. It's like, and it is worth a point, maybe? I don't. It was just, the idea was good. The execution was not awesome. I also tried to play Spirit of the North and didn't get far. I think I got to I think they're chapters, maybe chapter 5. Like we gave it a good run. We did absolutely give it the old college try. Spirit of the North is the modern version of the Atari ET game. Kind of. Yeah. Kind of. I don't know why I'm doing things. I don't know if what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing. I think it is. Because it's making things happen. But am I getting experience? Am I going up in I don't know. Am I getting better at there's no skills or I don't know. New Coke. I game in weird phases. Years of WoW with the same people. I never did the WoW, but I know people who did. Warframe Bender for a few years. Played Dead Cells hard for last thing I really enjoyed was Halls of Torment. I'm not a big gamer either. I actually only got back into video games when we got Breath of the Wild, and that was just a couple years ago, and it made me remember my love of video games from 20 years earlier, 25, 30 years earlier. And it was time with the boy and stuff. We would play Minecraft and stuff, but we would just basically build things. We weren't actually playing the game. And I was the same way that Paul was. I was like, this feels like I should be accomplishing something instead. But it was just time with him. And then Breath of the Wild, and I was like, oh, video games are awesome now. Playing Breath of the Wild made me realize how awesome video games had gotten. But I still, like I said, I play once a week with Boy. This week I played twice because I took a personal day on Tuesday because of the neck thing. I was like, can't do anything really. I'm just kind of immobile. I can't really turn my head. I'm like, I'm just going to sit down. I'm just going to run around and just kill stuff and gain experience and whatever without advancing the story, because I only want to advance the story if he's there with me. So Super Metroid clear. Ooh, Super Metroid clear in an hour. I started doing a yearly run of King's Field 2. I don't know what King's Field is. First person Zelda. Oh, okay. Spent the week trying to get my brother's computer back up so his wife could take care of stuff. Got to look at gamer messages griping at him about the server being down. Sweet. Dicks. Go for months not playing anything. We play every week. We set aside a day a week, almost every week, to play from after school till bedtime. And we go for a couple hours, and then I go into the kitchen and I just fire a bunch of chicken nuggets and French fries in the air fryer, and we just have like chicken nugget French fry buffet on the coffee table as we're playing the video game. That's supper that night. It's awesome. I should be trying Elden Ring. I've heard good things about Elden Ring, but I'm not enough into video games. Like it takes us we play like 3 games a year because we play once a week for what, 6 hours? And the games these days are easily like Phoenix Rising is going to take us easily 100 hours. So if we play 6 hours a week, I'm not a math guy, but that's like a third of a year. Yeah, it'll absolutely be over 100-hour game because we're 20 hours in ish, and we barely opened up the map. We're definitely not a quarter of the way through yet. Play like 1 game a year. I go back for nostalgia more than anything. Yeah, that's cool. I could absolutely just sit down and restart Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom and enjoy myself. I don't think I'd replay like old nostalgia things though, because I think knowing me, like we were talking about earlier with like movies from your childhood that you discover weren't as good as you thought they were, I feel like that would happen. Like going back and playing like original Nintendo games, be like, wow, these are not good. I feel like that would happen. And I want to remember them as being awesome. Like original Metroid or like Castlevania or something. I don't want to replay Castlevania and find out it actually sucked. I wish I could get back into Minecraft for a while. I never actually played Minecraft. Like I said, we would just go into whatever, like creative mode, I think it was called, and where you just have like unlimited blocks of stuff and you could just build things. So we would just like make houses and dig into the side of cliff and make like a cave house, and we just like make stuff together. That was cool. But I never actually played the game. I actually log into The Sims 4 once or twice a month. Not for the story played, but the house building and landscaping. Okay, funny. Sims type games is gonna sound weird and kind of stupid, but there was a Playboy game that was Sims-ish, where super odd premise and like kind of anyway. Uh, you're a photographer. You're a contracted photographer for Playboy. I'm disappointed in myself that I'm saying it, but it was actually more fun than it should have been. And you take nudie pics of ladies for Playboy, but it's like original Xbox, maybe. So they're like pixely nudie ladies. I don't remember what it was called, but it was actually a cooler game than it should have been based on the premise. I don't even know if they were actually naked or if they were just in bikinis and stuff. But like I said, it was a better game than it should have been. You read it for the articles. Yeah. Leisure Suit Larry. I remember Leisure Suit Larry. I don't know that I ever played it, but I remember it being a thing. Went back to Star Siege Tribes a few years ago. Again, no idea. You were a Playboy photographer, and you pose the model in, and so there's like peacocks walking around, and you try to like frame the shot, and then you get graded on your photo to determine whether or not it got into the magazine and stuff. Like it was actually, like I said, better than it should have been for sure. Oh, I have another smoke. I think. Yeah, because I don't want to just seize up. Hey, Mike. Hey, it's my boy Vlick from Pittsburgh. That's Vinny. When my grandson lived with us, he would be on Fortnite, I think was the name of it. My boy plays Fortnite with his buddies, I think. And him and his friends were playing online and yelling and swearing all the time. I have heard a little bit of that coming out of the boys' room, and I'm not super happy about it, I gotta say. Yeah, I think I've heard a little bit of that. Honestly, I don't know that it's any worse than what was coming out of my mouth when I was 14, 13. Old game, one of the first 3D online games, iconic disc shooting gun. Ricochets. Don't know ricochets. I remember one of the first 3D games that I ever played. Was it called Firefox? On like Nintendo 64. There was a tournament. I think I won, or I placed really highly in the like it came the first weekend it came out. You went and tried it for the first time, and it was like a tournament in a Star Fox 64. That's what it was. And it was at Zeller's. I think it was like a demo thing, but it was like come try it for the first time, but you also are in a tournament when you play it the first time. Star Fox, hell yeah. Right? I don't remember much about it except that at the time it was pretty fancy looking. And I remember the ship was just like polygons, but it was like I would always say, I'm going to unplug it, and then they would stop for a bit. Yeah, that was what our parents did to us too, though. They're like, oh, I'll turn this car around. No, you won't. You're not turning the fucking car around. Do a barrel roll. Yeah. Played the shit out of Star Fox 64. I don't know that I ever did. I vividly remember being really impressed with it when it was being released and they did that tournament thing. I think it was Zellers. Man, that would have been. God, I feel old. I would have been like 12, 13. So it would have been like 1990. No, I would have been younger than that. 91. I might have been 11. So like 1990. I don't know. Original Star Fox was clunky and slow, but still a blast back then. Star Fox 64 has stayed amazing, held up well. Well, which one did I play? I don't know. Would have been like 1990-ish. Time for sleep for me. All right, go play some Breakout. No, it was like 96. Well, then I was maybe playing the original then because I was not 17. I was absolutely more like, 11 or 12 or something. Did it have textures? I don't remember. It was very, very polygon. Is it fireworks or is that gun? Oh, that's fireworks. Why fireworks? Why? Oh, somebody celebrating Australia Day, maybe. I think that's somebody doing Australia Day? Shooting off fireworks? Chinese New Year. All right, Paul's leaving too. I think I might shut her down early too, guys. It's feeling, yeah, very polygon, and in the 90s would be the original one. Okay. Played it at Zellers. Did I miss any cooking? No cooking tonight. Came home late from work. I had to teach 2 classes, one of which ran long. Well, it didn't run long. It wasn't supposed to be my class. But I volunteered to teach it, knowing that it was going to go long and that I would be late starting the show. And basically, I got home and turned the thing on. What was the other game you played? Halo. Yep. Halo was a game. Didn't do a lot of Halo. When I played Halo, we basically played it like GoldenEye, where we just like, it was basically like in an arena and you just go kill the other guy. That's all the Halo that I ever played was like battle Halo. Never actually played the actual game, I don't think. So video games and movies was tonight's show. That's okay. Whatevs. Oh, yeah. Let's get her wrapped up, I think. Hour and a half again. This show started out as like an hour and a half show. For a long time, it was about an hour and a half show. I think we'll wrap it. Anything else to update on? Not really. This week, hopefully, I'll make some tool hangers for the cleat wall. Maybe get my clamps up. Maybe get the sharpening station back in order over at the lathe. We'll see. We'll see. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, everybody. I'm going to bed. You had a YouTube video today. I did have a YouTube video today. It's really, really high quality content. It's very important and super high quality content that I worked really hard on. It is what it is. Not all of them have to be, not everything you make has to be the best thing you've ever made, including YouTube videos. Okay? I think it's fine. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, everybody. We'll see you next time. Good chats. Movies and video games. And Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt. And Carrie Elwes and Fred Savage. And Jackie Chan. And Star Fox. Or whatever. You should try a good video sometime. You should try being a better friend. That was hurtful. No, it wasn't. Later, everybody. Yeah. Bedtime for me. See you next week.